stablecoin reduce the dominance or importance of Bitcoin?
I think it's very different assets right now. So Bitcoin really proved itself as a store of value, and Bitcoin will always have its importance. However, stablecoins are more of a product that could really replace the legacy financial stack that we're having, right? So obviously the key feature of a stablecoin is that you can transfer, for example, from Hong Kong to Italy, where I'm from, within 1 second. And you could even transfer from one currency, let's say US dollar to euro, and it all happens within one transaction, right? This is in contrast to obviously, the experience that you have from the SWIFT network, where you transfer funds to Italy in this particular example, and it's probably going to take 3 to 5 days if you're lucky that it actually arrives. And on the FX, they charge you an arm and a leg currently, right? So this is the first, application. The first application is payments, but the even more powerful application is that once you have everything running on the same infrastructure, right, you could move in and out of different currencies, but you can also move in and out of different assets like stocks and bonds within one transaction, settling immediately. So the big vision that I think a lot of big tech, but governments and also financial institutions are waking up to is that this infrastructure that was created on the blockchain, like those stablecoin rails, which is effectively just a blockchain, might replace the current legacy stack that we have.
Yeah. So what happens to the legacy players? I mean, credit card companies?
Yes.
They're in trouble.
I wouldn't say they're fully in trouble. Actually, a lot of them are embracing this new change. You saw, for example, PayPal and Stripe. They have done major acquisitions in the past couple of months into stablecoin infrastructure. But yes, you're right. Currently, if you are making a credit card transaction, there is 4 or 5 different intermediaries, each of them taking a cut. While once everything is on the stablecoin rails, this would actually make those players obsolete. Now, some of them are going to adapt, and some of them are probably going to be replaced.
When you talk about tokenization, and sort of lay it out for us in English first, but what is the opportunity? So we talk about tokenization, sure, it's great. It's putting the traditional finance world onto the blockchain. It's easier, it never stops, and so on. Sure. But for our CEO viewers out there who have been relying on traditional finance, or for our investor viewers who have been just, buying and selling cryptocurrencies, like what does it mean for them? Why do they need to pay attention to tokenization? Do you think that is really the future of finance altogether?
I do think that tokenization really has the capability, as mentioned, of replacing the current finance stack with this new finance stack that is totally superior. However, it's probably not going to completely revolutionize everything. We're just talking about a better infrastructure. We're talking about better rails. I think for the average person, the average retail user, but also the average person in finance, things are not going to change completely. They're just going to marginally improve.
With the crypto conversation sort of evolving from Bitcoin and then the meme coins, the coin trading, and now a stable coin and tokenization. From where you sit in your field, how do you see money chasing these new projects? Do you see the conversation really evolving and the industry maturing along with these evolving narratives in the crypto space?
Yes, absolutely. I think the industry is really growing up. The interesting piece is, even with meme coins, etc., trading all those products, what was created was a infrastructure. And now with the regulatory clarity that we are getting, we realize that this infrastructure can be used, applied to the traditional financial system, and is actually superior. And that's very exciting. So, definitely we see a lot of the large players coming into this. I think Robinhood just announced tokenized stocks. BlackRock launched a tokenized money market fund that has already $3 billion in assets. And a lot of other players are entering the market quite aggressively and quickly.